Are we okay? We got to fucking... We've got to do the fucking shit that we for fucking drug abuse. No! Are you listening?
Sean here, and Lorne Armstrong and homophobia, they go hand in hand. And also his attraction to children. Biologically, I think it's built in. But I think for Lorne, some of it was a choice. Some of it was learned, and it was his own actions that created the situation, created the need, I guess, to do what he does. One thing I learned was that when Lorne was in junior high, he was called gay a lot, but it was a different term for gay. It was the F word. That affected him most likely. He wouldn't speak to girls. He was really shy. He didn't want to have anything to do with them, but man, oh man, did he want to be in the groups of guys. If the sports teams went into the showers or went into the locker rooms, he wanted to be in there and listen to their stories and try to tell their stories. One thing that Lorne did, and I think this is true, Lorne was in the locker room listening to a guy named Jason and another guy named Steve make up some crap. Now these are 8th graders, I believe they were at the time, making up some crap about what they were doing with their girlfriends. And this is something 8th graders wouldn't even know what to do. They'd be fumbling around just trying to get their own pants unzipped. So Lorne, as the hero, went and told one of the girls, and I'm going to call her Kelly, and went and told Kelly what happened, and Kelly broke up with Jason. So Lorne became the hero. And Kelly, she was grateful, and I think she saw Lorne as this conquering hero, as she was trying to talk to him, and of course Lorne ran away, because the only thing he wanted was that adulation, that high five. He wanted to know that that girl, she might have liked him. I mean, hell, for all I know, that her real name could have been Paul. I'm kidding, it's not Paul. But I think that says a lot about Lorne. He likes the idea of talking to girls, but he's no good at it, and he didn't start until later in life. If Lorne finally just came out and gave a speech about how he's a virgin, I don't think it would shock anybody, would it? Would anybody here really be shocked if he was like, you know guys, I'm finally going to come clean, I'm a virgin? We know that's part of the reason he wants to talk to these little girls, because they're virgins as well. He missed the part where you have girlfriends. He missed the part where the boyfriend, girlfriend, we know why he says that, because he's still a virgin, and it's what happened in the years he didn't have any sexual development. He missed the part where the boyfriend, girlfriend were fumbling, they don't even know what anatomy is, a bunch of over-the-clothes stuff, just confused, lost. As Steven Seagal would say, it's like a monkey trying to fuck a football. But I think Lorne missed all of that, so he never got to experiment. He never got to experience it. And he said, I never jerk off to pictures. But yes, you did, Lorne. Unfortunately, your sexual development either came from what you saw from your brothers and sisters and their boyfriend, girlfriends, or your mom, because I still think you walked in on her getting plowed. And it has affected you for the rest of your life. I also think that's why you like country music, because country music is about holding hands under the sun on the southern dock, or whatever it is. About holding hands, leaning on each other when the sun's coming up, kissing, hugging. I mean, you listen to rap, and it's like, drop it low, 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 drop it low, pull your butt out. I don't know how it goes. I haven't listened to rap, like modern rap, in a long time. But I will tell you, I think that's part of the reason he listens to country music. But he never had any sexual development. In Lorne's head, he still wants to get on the back of a truck, sit on a tailgate and hold hands, tell each other that you love each other. I still think he's there. He's never gotten past it. But over the years, that need for that basic love has progressed. So why do I think it has progressed? For a number of reasons. Desperation being the first. He's watched porn That has been his sexual education. He's watched porn, and that's why he doesn't know if a woman has a clit or multiple clits. And he talks about them going, oh, 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 and then sticking it in. His entire sexual education has come from pornography. So he jumped straight from I'm a virgin to let me watch all of this wild and craziness where women are paid to act like it's the greatest pleasure ever, and guys are these dominant studs. They can do whatever they want with women. That's what it is. In porn, they're not courting each other. They're not asking permission. They're just going for it. Quite a few of women in porn are shaved. And it's probably the most common now. Maybe that's where Lorne got his idea. He wanted no hair down there. But I don't think that's it. I tried to reason that out, thinking maybe that's why. But I think he liked the idea of it being a little baby, a little girl, that he could train and he can have be his little love slave, which is absolutely gross. Grosses me out. So I don't think that's it, now that I said it out loud. But I do think Lorne's entire sexual education came from pornography. And I think it shows. I think the way he treats women, the way he thinks of sex, he only knows how people pay to have sex act. And he was finally feeling this, I am so experienced. Look, I could teach somebody else about sex. I wish he had told Kayla he was a virgin. I wish he would have admitted it. But I think he was afraid that this 13-year-old girl, because, Lorne thinks all girls, even at her age, are sexually active, probably thought she was this experienced hooker. I don't know. I mean, like we talked about, I think he probably thought she and Derek had already had sex a dozen times. So maybe in his head, oh, she's been with another guy. Watch what I'm going to teach her. She didn't understand any of it. And Lorne started talking about the dumbest 8th grade shit. If you swallow my coom, you won't be hungry for the rest of the... Oh, God. I literally just got physically ill. I almost gagged. He's just so gross. So maybe, just maybe, pornography has contributed to his desperation. Everyone else is doing it. There are people that are getting paid to do it. There are hookers and sluts and whores everywhere. So I should be able to get laid. Wait a minute. I have no game. I have no money. I have no idea what I'm doing. So these kids, I can be the sexual master to them. But it also, the attraction to girls that young, it can't be described. Lorne admitted in that Blue Boy video, the psychological eval, that he fantasized about girls he could never get. Girls in his head he could probably get now if he only went back and he had the confidence in what he could have said. I bet he thinks about those girls, and he uses Mary of Little House on the Prairie, and he uses whatever other kids he looks at. He uses them for his spank bank, as disgusting as that is. He uses them for his spank bank, at least I think. Goes home, and over their faces, he fantasizes about whoever it was that he wishes he would have done something with. But the issue is, when you are thinking back that far, especially for Lorne, specifically for Lorne, when you're thinking back that far, you can't put a face to the age. They're whatever age you have your first memories of them. Like 7th, 6th grade. And these girls, they remind you of the first girls you had a crush on, Lorne. And that's why you're obsessed with them. Because you never got to have your first crush. Nobody's ever had a crush on you. Your calls with Winnie say I love you, Lorne. What fucking adult says, say I love you, say I love you, Lorne? And he would be doing that with Kayla. And if she didn't, you could see him getting angry. Say I love you, Lorne. He had to beg a woman to say that she loved him. Winnie was probably the first girl whoever told him, I love you. And it was a catfish, but he didn't care, because damn it, it was real to him. It's still real to me, damn it, like that wrestling guy. So I don't know for a fact if that's why Lorne fantasizes, because those were his first crushes he never got to act on, and because he watches porn, he just associates that activity with all females. But it is a possibility. As for the homophobia, and I may do a huge video on this, I think Lorne's desperation got to the point where he's fantasizing not just about young girls, but about young boys, because he could train them up as well. I think Lorne has homosexual tendencies. I think if he got alone and he thought nobody would ever find out about it, I think he would do it. Lorne associates losing your virginity to women. And I don't think he thinks it counts, because if you're gay and you have sex with another guy, you lose your virginity. Lorne, I think he associates virginity with, I don't even want to get into it, but you know what I'm saying, with the first act of sex and things that happen with he associates that with losing your virginity. And I also wonder if he thinks losing your virginity has to be losing your virginity with someone else who is a virgin. You both have to be losing your virginity. I think that's probably what he thinks. One of my favorite Lorne moments of all time is, please get here. When Winnie can't get on the plane because of a passport photo or some bullshit, I don't know. This is part of a fucking game. I think at that point, he was so desperate, I'm gonna get with this woman who's a coke slut, because damn it, I have to have sex. And I think Lorne's views of sluts, and I know I was talking about homophobia, but I'm off topic here again. I think Lorne's views of sluts is that they've had sex so many times that they won't even care if the sex with him is bad, because that's what they do. They just have sex. Getting back to Lorne and homophobia, he focused on guys an awful lot in prison. He knew a whole lot about whether they were shitting or farting, whether they had rashes on them or bruises. That means that Lorne was likely checking out people. He says that they were talking about it. I don't know too many people who'd be walking around going, hey, you know, I got this rash here, it's horrible. So I think Lorne, at this point, a boy with long hair, I told you, femboy, as the term is, I think Lorne would probably hate himself for doing it because he gave in to those urges. Lorne is so desperate that the sex doesn't matter. Lorne is the guy, and I don't care what you think. If he was out feeding the cow, oh God, I'm going to throw up. If he was out feeding the cows, there's a redneck who's infamous here in Kentucky. He got busted. Instead of a bottle feeding the cow, he was feeding the baby cow with something else. That is the most vile and disgusting thing. Ugh. But he got busted. So, Cowsucker was his nickname from now on. And I was one of the people who said it. I'm ashamed to admit it, but I joined in. But when you do something like that, and your friend comes out that you think is still sleeping, you're a cowsucker. So I think Lorne would do the same thing. He's so desperate. These poor dogs. I would say that Lorne is homophobic partially because he has urges he doesn't understand. Do I think he's looked at gay porn? Yes, because his sexual curiosity is off the charts. I think he would be looking at everything. He'd be like, wow, I want to look at this. Ooh, click over here. Like Dave Chappelle. You interested in goat play in that one skit? Lorne would be, hell yeah, I'm interested in goat play. I want to see what it is. But I think Lorne, his need to fit in, his desire for other guys to accept him and to give him the same kind of brotherly love or friendship that they give other people, I think Lorne would translates everything into sex. Everything is sex. Oh, you're playing football? Must be sex going on out there. Imagine Lorne, who's never had any kind of sexual education from his mom or his stepdad or his brother and sister. They probably laughed at Lorne when he asked and told him some bullshit about They joked. Maybe that's where he got it from. Roy was like, yeah, they have multiple clits, Lorne. Oh, yeah? And he still remembers that. But he's never had any sexual education, so he's in the shower. He's looking around. He's trying to figure out if his dick is normal, if his dick is normal, what everybody else's looks like. He wants to see if it's okay to have a 1-inch crooked, broken dick. And I think he was confused when he looked around and he saw a sexual organ, and it turned him on. So from that day forth, he has fought those urges. He's tried to get away. Think of all the times he would have been in the shower in 8th or 9th grade, staring at other dudes' butts, thinking to himself, should I be turned on? I've never seen a girl naked, but now I'm seeing all these guys naked, because I think the first naked person he saw was his mom or these guys. One of his fantasies could be that those guys looked around and told Lorne, wow, you have an amazing penis, because it's all about penises with Lorne. Did you make it straight? Oh, did you make it curved? He's so jealous of other penises, and I think maybe they laughed at him. Lorne is so misshapen and weird that he was probably made fun of. Girls found out about it. Maybe they laughed. Lorne probably goes back to those moments. But I think maybe his homophobia comes from his first experience of naked bodies was likely a bunch of guys in the shower. And because Lorne had never been in a situation where there were other naked people, he saw them naked and was confused, and now he likes to be naked. He loves to be naked. He thinks being naked is sexual. So maybe that's why. There's so much to unpack with Lorne and homophobia. I think it started in middle school and his first experience of seeing other boys naked. So I think if a boy had long hair and makeup on, Lorne's going for it and would tell himself, you know what? Yeah, I lost my virginity. Yeah. I don't think anyone in their right mind would ever have sex with Lorne, woman or man. But if they did, he would be attached to them for life. Those are my thoughts. I think it may make a psychological breakdown of Lorne's homophobia. But those are my thoughts. I love you guys. I will see you in the next one.
What?